I just want to sing a song. And this song is about unity, peace, and love. And I don't want you to mind the voice, but listen to the words, and then you will know what I mean when we are talking about togetherness. Because during the time of the war, we all have separated. But today we are together. So I decided to sing the song title, When We Are Together, What Will Happen? When we are together as one family, we shall stand and not fall, but live to declare, for there is a God of this nation in whom we put all our trust, and bind our heart together, and build a better future. There is power in unity. There is power to stand, to pray as one family. United we will stand, taking His order by the hands. We are marching onwards until our dreams come true. We will never give up. As long as we are together, we will build our hope. Amen. I am Ibrahim Barry Jr., alias General Shia Blood, where I was the general for the SBU, Small Boys Unit, from Liberia to Sierra Leone. I've been fighting. I started fighting at the age of 8 to 9 years. During the time of the war, it is in the past. We have been very wicked people, acting awkwardly, behaving like people that are normal, people that cannot feel like the way they used to. But all these things we are done under the influence of alcohol, drugs, and under the influence of command. Because as a child soldier, you take command from your superior. So we cannot do anything on our own without the command of our bosses.
Ibrahim vocht van zijn 8e tot zijn 17e. Hij vocht in Liberia en Sierra Leone bij 3 verschillende legers. Hij stond alom bekend om zijn meedogenloosheid. Op zijn 12e kreeg hij zijn eerste leidinggevende positie en op zijn 50 gaf hij leiding aan een grote groep kindsoldaten bij de Small Boys Unit van het Sierra Leonese rebellenleger RUF. Hij kreeg daar de veelzeggende bijnaam General Shed Blood, generaal bloedvergiet. Op een dag werd hij tijdens een confrontatie met de vijand gevangen genomen door de burgerdefensiemacht, de Kamajors. Daar vocht hij tot zijn 17e, totdat hij uiteindelijk ontwapend werd.
I can say my command was very, very strict. Even within my group.
But you were also very strict.
Very straight and very, very tough. Time of the war, I took a lot of drugs. I go to the front line with drugs and a cup of tea, that is blood, during that time.
Blood?
Yeah.
What kind of blood?
Human blood. And that was my own initiation when I went through. Human blood was giving me power according to what, so somebody can be more fearful. You see me, you become afraid. I'm taking the tips of it, you become afraid.
But did you enjoy it, drinking blood?
Well, I don't enjoy drinking it, but for me to make things very scary, for you to be afraid of me. So you say, oh, this guy is very tough. Is that not so? So you don't just enjoy it.
What else did you use?
People look like during the RAF times, you have seen a pregnant woman, you are going to ask that. You will bite. If you are a member of me, they will ask, that woman have pregnancy, is that baby, is that a boy or a girl? They will ask those questions. They will say, okay, let us put money. It's gambling, like, you understand me? Then somebody's okay, let me just, open the whole thing and see whether...
Open the stomach of your pregnant woman?
I know the kind of child is there. So it's one of the horrible things that used to happen, But it was all about,
But how can you do such a thing?
Well, it was because we are under the influence of drugs. You understand?
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine. That's
cocaine.
Yeah. It's very dangerous. You have it for a long time. As for me, when I take cocaine, when I go to the road front, when I come back, they disarm me because I become more crazy.
And I also saw a football team with amputee soccer players. Did you also chop hands and that kind of stuff?
Oh no, I saw me in my group, I don't chop hands because one...
You just killed people?
Yeah, I prefer to kill than chop hands. One, chopping somebody's hands means you are going to remember that person after the war. Like what is happening. If I'm going to chop somebody's hand by now, I'll be seeing that person on the street, then I'll be getting more. So it is better to kill than to chop hands.
What are your memories?
My memories, one is I remember my colleagues, my boys. Some of them are young, some of them, who passed away. I really remember them when I'm now here seeing this particular place. So then also I remember how terrible it was when I was fighting. That was the time I really shed tears because I thought it was my own time to go. But thanks be to God, today I'm alive. So
why did you fight?
I fought because one, I was a child and I knew nothing. I was really forced to do it. That's the reason I fight. And at the age of 8 to 9 years, it was a very young age. And I can say it is a career. Fighting from 9 years to 17 years. It is just a career. You used to it.
So now you have peace and you walk around here or you walk around close to Bo. What if people in Bo see you? What do they think?
Well, as I can always say Sierra Leoneans are very, very good people and are lovely people.
But can they forgive?
Yeah, they are quick to forgive. Sierra Leoneans can forgive. If Sierra Leoneans don't forgive them,
they don't see you anymore as
a bad
commando.
person. No. In the first place, I can always say one thing: when you have done wrong to somebody, say I'm sorry. Sorry is one of the common words. Very simple, very sweet. Presently, since after the disarmament and demobilization, after our election or before our elections, I have been going through headache and pains, how to gain resources to stand for my family or provide for my home. Because in Sierra Leone, we don't have the opportunities. There's no job, there's nowhere, a social home where you can go to and cry for assistance. So that made me to be on the street, going about shops. My first employment was going to the shop, a wooden shop where in every day I have 2,000 euros per day. And it was not really good for me, so I decided to leave the shop. Because 2,000 per day cannot even pay my transport to go back home. So life with me in the city is very boring. I cannot be able to pay my son's school fees, and I cannot be able to even feed my home. My house rent is another problem for me. I don't have the opportunity, I don't have who can assist me to pay my house rent. But thanks be to God for today, that all these things cannot carry me back to my past, or neither thinking of my past that, oh yeah, you were a general before, you have all the opportunity. Why can't you leave the suffering that you are on or go back to another warring country wherein you'll be able to have an opportunity to get more money? With all these sufferings, with all these pains, I've decided to hang on. The most boring thing that affects me every day and every morning is when I wake up and see up my family that I don't have food to give to them. or my son is sitting down not going to school. This is one of the most dangerous things in my life. But I believe that our God is a God of trial. He's the God that tests everybody. And I know that one day He will do it for me.
Zo vergevingsgezind de Sierra Leonees voor Ibrahim waren, zo rankeneus waren ze tegen Isa, die pas 5 jaar oud was toen hij door de rebellen werd meegenomen. Niet alleen hij zelf, maar zijn hele familie werd met de nek aangekeken omdat Isa bij de rebellen had gevochten.
My father explained to me that after the rebels have left, civilians mobilized themselves. They said they are chasing houses of people whose children are partaking in the war, and then people who are having children who are married to soldiers. At that time, all the soldiers, everybody have almost turned to rebel. And then the civilians came, but they were motivated by people that are living in our community. They pointed at our house. They said this house is a house which have people, their children are partaking in the war, and then they have their children's husband as soldiers. So the civilians, they came with sticks, cutlass, axe, knife. They said they are coming to put our house down to the foundation level. They came, they started throwing stones on the house, hit the house, spoiled the house, loot, took away the little things that we have at our house. They went with them. As they were going to, they were not far away from our house. The people that are living in this community to tell them again to come again and search properly at our house. At that time, any one of us that they should have met in the house, they should have eliminated him. And our sister who was married to the soldier guy, that time was at our house. She was just giving back to a baby boy, and then she was forced to escape through this route, went to the swamp, then went and bust at the highway there, and then find our way out of this town. So when everything have gone, when I came, my father explained to us, telling me all about what was happening. And then people later on in the area now, after the war was finished, everything has gone. I've gone back. When we came, as we are leaving, people accused my father of being a witch. They said my father can eat their children. My father turned to owl, eagle. He comes at night to eat their children, to kill them through which, my other brothers got vexed, got angry, started abusing, as they were blackmailing the name of our father in a bad way, giving out the characters to our father which are not his characters. They told me, but I didn't react because I was just looking at the people, just laughing, and then has nothing to say because the things filled my mouth. I did not misbehave, and then the people, in the area, I could see they love me for my attitude now because I did not react on short things. So as I was living in the community, my what I've done, my thinking about my attitude, my work, everyone was scared. So for that now, I think they are having little respect for me because when they do or say anything wrong that is very bad against my father, when they are blackmailing my father of something which he does not do, so they try to look for me in there for them to see my reactions. But my reaction towards these things are all positive. I just laugh, then shake my head, then forget about them. So life after the war is very, very fine, but not too fine with my community people, as they are still having negative ideas towards not me alone, but my family and my home as a whole. The reason why I'm not reacting in any negative way is that because if I react, people will say, oh, this guy is because he's this, he was that, so he's using this as an influence, maybe because of the bad things he was eating, taking. So they started tarnishing my character. So anywhere I found my community I go to, we start pointing fingers at me. But so for these reasons, I just decided to be cool and calm, forget about whatever thing they say. I just close my ears and my eyes just for me to stop seeing these things, because every day they come around, they tease, because when one tease your family, they are looking in there for you. So I just look at them, laugh, decide to be positive. I do not take anything to granted, because if I take it to granted, I will see myself very, very funny in the community. That's the reason why I don't take things for granted.
10 jaar na zijn demobilisering is de buurt nog altijd niet vergeten dat Issa ooit kindsoldaat was, hoe voorbeeldig hij zich ook gedraagt. Een uitgestoken hand hoeft hij nauwelijks te verwachten. Issa laat ons zien hoe hopeloos zijn situatie is.
This is my room. I live here with 5 brothers. This room we make it on our own when we go to street. And anything we get, we decide to buy these things to come and put it in our room. And even this thing, we bought the second-handed. Somebody gave it to us after finishing using it. And then we fix it in our room. And this thing was given to us by our elder brother. After he removed it for the Christmas, he gave it to us. These are things we used to wear with my brother. I share with my brothers. Then this is our bed. This one was given to us. At first we are using this one, and later this one was given to us. And then coming again, this is our washing block. We use these things to wash. We have different things in there. Coming again, I have our chair in our room. We used to study with it. I have our radio, which we used to listen news with. This is my house. Side view of my house. I think as it is almost falling down after many years, it is falling down, but we are still managing it. We are still putting things in place, how to make it for it to be more stronger. And then you can see the foundation has eaten. It is almost on the edge of falling down. Okay, this is our kitchen. This is the firestone where we used to cook. After making the wood, you put fire in there, giving it some breeze, and then the flames come up. You set the pot on it, and then you cook. This is our bathroom. This is where we used to take bath. You plant this flower right around it, so when somebody is in there, you cannot see through. This is the door to my toilet. And this is the toilet.
The toilet is not in good condition.
It is not in good condition. It is very, very bad off to see. This is a wheelbarrow which we use in this country to do these little jobs in town. People pay people. We put things in there and then carry it for them. They give you money.
Dit is Sam. Als kleine jongen werd hij meegenomen door de rebellen. Veel wil hij niet kwijt over zijn bestaan als kindsoldaat. Uit schaamte, want de negatieve gevolgen van die tijd ervaart hij, meer dan 10 jaar na zijn ontwapening, nog iedere dag. Omdat zijn ouders heel arm zijn en zich zijn onderhoud niet kunnen veroorloven, stuurden ze Sam naar Freetown, waar hij bij een oom is gaan wonen.
Really, I was suffering to the beginning of the war. Then I become a dropout. The rebels take over the town, kill many people, burn houses, then many are injured, then they go and capture me with my parents. So I leave them, I run away. Then later my parents also run away from there and go to the other village. So on my way going, they go and arrest me again. Yes, on the spot, kill some of our people in front of us, destroy many properties. Whilst we are standing with them, give us load in our head to carry it to the next town. Without no food to eat, no nothing. Yeah, so that made me to be dropped out from school until the ending of the crisis. Then I came to Freetown to come and live with my cousin. So when I come to Freetown to come and live with my cousin, he also started to maltreat me without no help, without no educational help. They always discourage me. So I used to do some housework at the place. And sometimes I wash the toilets even. They cannot afford lunch for me. They cannot give me even at times food for the day to eat. So I tried to start to attend again.
Mustafa was 15 toen hij door de rebellen gedwongen werd voor hen te gaan vechten. Hij legt uit wat trauma nou eigenlijk betekent voor kindsoldaten en hoe belangrijk het is om na een bestaan als kindsoldaat een plekje in de samenleving te krijgen.
I don't like people to actually feel that I'm in such. Yes, although I am. Because when you allow people to sorry for you so much, to some extent, you kill the spirit of yours. You kill your own spirit. The spirit which you are to fight and help others, you kill that spirit. Yes, if now I say, hey, now I'm traumatized, I don't have anything to do, no. What then? What actually let me be traumatized in some area, like the day the jet bombed? I don't know what dropped me on the ground. Maybe the sound, maybe the wave. I don't know actually, but the level I was standing, I mean that's my knee level. A kind of heavy fragment passed through that area. Killed so many people on spot, men and women, because it was not in the battlefield. It was just a safe zone. We are just in a safe zone in the forest. But I think the jet spot somebody coming into the forest, and yes, but I have a serious wound. Yes. One is here. Up till now I feel the pain. If you want, I'm sure I feel the pain when I walk distance to my college. Feel pain. Yes. With all that, every day they ask me, what's wrong with your foot? I say, it's just an accident. I say, no. Where? When? How? I say, what? Why are you just asking me about that? It's my own personal business. If I want, I will explain to you. But it's not that you ought to know. It's by force you should know. No. It's like, it's my business. If ever my head is cut off, it's not a business. If I want, I will explain to you. But it's like the question of trauma. Yes, to some extent. Because I just came in few months. The mother I love so much passed away. Yes. She was actually trying to see me through my education. She passed away. Although others are asking, do you want a job? I know the only job they would have offered me is security job, which may cost $30 per month. $30, maybe lesser. Yes, because if you pay transport for the rest of the month, you may end up with $15 or $10. I know. What about my education? What about my future? What about the future of my children? And what about the future of others that do not have the chance to proceed? At the time, I was traumatized because I was dealing with other people that were also traumatized. We sit together when explaining stories or deals that we've passed through. It's not actually things you want to jubilate about. At all. It's not anything that you should be happy to explain to everybody, because there are all the odd things that we went through. Yes, there are some stories that are very much nasty. Yes, trauma is real, but now I'm trying to fight it off. Yes, to fight it off. Because if I remain traumatized, then no one needs to help those that are more even traumatized than me. So, when I say someone is or I'm traumatized, it means having gone through some hard or some ordeals that reflect oddly in the community in which you live. For example, I've been in the war, and the war actually caused damage to people with whom now we come to stay with. These people are not actually happy with those that burnt their houses. There is a scare, kind of scared in your mind. Scared in the minds of those that did such. And fingers were pointed at the rebels. The rebels did burnings, killings, and all the rest. So having to come stay with those that actually suffer such, I think that's kind of sense they are called trauma. Yes, because you have kind of fear in mind. You have kind of, you've gone through trouble. Now you've come to stay with people that suffered in the hands of those that you suffered from. You suffered in the hands of the rebel. At the same time, you come in now to stay with your family or people else, other people that the rebels also have done some kind of odd to. Yes. So that mind, conscience, that mind of at times the guilt of what you've not done. At times you guilt. You feel that when you talk about rebels, you're talking of me, you're talking of us. But actually I didn't do such. Yes. Possibly one or two people might have done such. Yes, it's possible. But it reflects everyone. Yeah, this house was burnt by rebel. Okay. The rebels burnt down this house. No problem. Now I'm now back to stay in this house again. So many people were killed here. Now I'm back to stay there. Everybody knowing that I'm part of those that actually did it. So the conscience, the minds of the thinking that you have about the kind of situation you've gone through actually reflect the trauma. Young, forgetting and forgiveness are two different things. Yes. Forgiveness is not forgetting, but just a way of recalling and let it go. Yes, I believe. Is you can say, yes, I've forgiven you. Well, how can you forget? So, to do away with trauma, you actually need to be on top of some situations. Now, you accusing me that I bought your house. Okay? Although there is no evidence that I did it. Or my friend or my brother did it. But let me say, I'm now a well-to-do somebody. I now have to care for other people. You know, I'm not doing what you cannot do. I think I see myself better off. Because you only care for you and your own. children, my own family. Why I care not only for myself, but for others also. I think if I'm to compare the two parties, I think I'm better off. I don't have to beg from you again. Never mind you point fingers at me, but you do that now in the corner, not openly. So trauma will only be wiped off when I know that I have some height in society. When I have some positions which actually empower me to help others and to take care of others, to take care of my society, to take care of, yes, my society in general, to take care of my society.
We need to save the children, the child ex-combatants. Without that, there are problems coming.
No future.
There are problems coming because the same children on the street, they will be the same children that will be the night stealers. They will be chasing people all over during the night. When we are in bed sleeping, they will be the people that will be trekking all over, trying to steal because they don't have nothing to eat.
They have nothing to do. If they are going to schools, they have something to do. They will not do anything like that. Ups and down in the street like that.
So they
really need help.
This is a message. This is a message for the world as a whole. This is about time we make a change for a brighter future tomorrow. We never know who that child or those children are coming to be. So when we help children, when you help a child, you help a nation. Time to change, mind to change. That's the way you can help us. Time to change, mind to change. That's the only way to face the future. Africa is my motherland, it's my fatherland. But why we live in this way, I can't understand. Why, the young children, they are crying every day. That's what Sing say. Instead of suffering, I prefer death and go away. Just see, I know what's going on in the land.